We now welcome in the call the head coach of the Northeastern Huskies, Bill Coen. Good morning, Coach Coen.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you? A 1-1 week for you guys, a 6-point loss in a hard-fought game at George Mason, and then close the season with a win at home over UNC Wilmington. Talk about the two games a little bit.
Yeah, we thought we played a fairly competitive game down at Mason. Kind of controlled tempo a little bit and fell short in the second half. Had a lead in the second half but couldn't maintain it. I think Cam Long stepped up as he usually does at the appropriate time and made a couple of big shots and kind of fell short at the end at Mason. And then came home on senior day, played well for about three-quarters of the game and hung on to win on an emotional senior day for us.
One thing that jumped out at me in the UNCW game, you guys with 4 guys in double figures and 6 guys with 8+ points, and we've talked often about how good your guards have been, but how important as we head into Richmond this weekend is that type of balance for your team?
Well, we need that. We need some contributions from our front court. We can't just rely on our perimeter players to get it done. We need to establish, some scoring around the rim, and I thought we got a little bit of that on Saturday, but that's going to be very, very important, as you look to compete in the tournament.
We're here with Northeastern head coach Bill Coen. If you have a question for Coach Coen this morning, just hit *1 on your keypad. We'll get to your questions as soon as we can. I want to go back to the Mason game a little bit, at a place where they haven't lost at home this season. You guys lead that game by 2 with just 10 minutes to go. What can you take from that effort as we head into the tournament this week?
Well, just a little bit of hope. Obviously, they're the number 1 seed in our league, and through 18 games have proven them to be the best team in the league. And if we told our guys after the game, if we can compete with those guys on our home court and be competitive, then maybe we can take some of that experience down to Richmond and know that we can play with the best in the league or anybody in the league. So we're hoping to build off that, come Friday.
I don't know if you had a chance to listen to Nate Blaney. He was being asked about having a veteran team coming into the tournament. You're kind of the opposite. You've got guys that were on your team a year ago that were in the semifinals, but a lot of new faces that are going to be seeing their first action in conference tournament. First of all, talk about how you've maybe talked with them about that and how much some of those sophomores have grown throughout the year.
Well, they've gotten some really, really valuable experience throughout the year, and sometimes you learn more from losing than you do from winning. But our guys are coming in there. Our sophomores have grown up. Our freshmen have gotten experience. But there's nothing like that one and done atmosphere that a conference tournament presents. So that'll be a new experience for them. The sense of urgency, how hard guys compete, how much is on the line. So that'll be a new experience, and I hope our young guys respond well to it.
Got a question for you from Kevin Tressolini at the News Journal in Delaware. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Rob. Hey, Bill, how are you?
Great, Kevin. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. As you look at the matchup with Delaware, what are the 1 or 2 things you feel like you guys really have to improve on to get your first win against Delaware after losing to them in the first 2 in the 2 regular season games?
Yeah, well, in the first game, I thought really Jamal Higgins really had an impact on the game. I think he had 8 or 9 block shots and really prevented us from scoring some easy baskets around the rim. We had a lead late in the game at Delaware and kind of let it slip away. And really, same thing. We had a late lead here at home and missed some foul shots. Maybe missed 5 foul shots, which was uncharacteristic of us down the stretch. And really opened the door. But, we have to do a better job of containing Sadler and Carter. Both are playing very, very well. We have to look to try to score some around the basket and neutralize, Higgins' effect in the paint. And we have to rebound the ball. Mitchell had a tremendous rebounding game against us up here, and, we have to do a better job on the backboards.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Next question for you, Bill, from Paul Woody at the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Go ahead, Paul.
Morning, Bill. How are you doing?
Great, Paul. How are you?
I'm getting by. Can you talk a little bit about Chase and Allen? Really good player. I guess he was sort of caught in you're young this year, so he had to sort of lead, and I guess it hasn't always been easy this year. What's he done for the team and to help you get where you are now?
Yeah, well, obviously Chase is a tremendous player. There isn't much he can't do with the basketball. He leads us in practically every statistical category, and has been a great player from day one. His first game we played at Illinois, and he had a double-double in that game and never looked back. He's had the ball in his hands for 4 years. He's very comfortable in how we want to play and how he needs to play, and he's a very confident player. And this year, unfortunately, he started the year on the injured reserve list, so to speak. He missed about 5 or 6 weeks of preseason and didn't really get going until a stretch in January there, where he got fully back to health. Missed a few games towards the end of December, and the early part of league play. Actually missed the 2 January opening games at Old Dominion and at Madison. I'm sorry. So he's been struggling to get back to full strength. I think he's there now, and when he plays well, we play well. We need him to play at a very high level that he's more than capable of, and we need him to also inspire our younger players and mentor our younger players to get them through some experiences that they haven't had before. So he does just about everything for us. Can't say enough good things about him as a player, as a person, as a student. He's been terrific for us, and we're hoping he's got a little bit more magic in his tank come tournament time.
You've come down in the past with higher seeded teams and had some really tough losses here. Are you feeling sort of optimistic about this week? I mean, you're the 10th seed, but that might be a little deceptive based on your guys maturing as the season goes on and Chase playing well. Do you feel like maybe you got something this time to maybe, instead of having your heart broken, you can break someone else's heart?
Well, I mean, I think there's always, each and every year, there's 3 parts of the season. There's your non-conference schedule, which I think you try to build to prepare you for conference play. Then there's conference play, which is basically playing for seeding for this tournament. Then there's the tournament and the postseason, and there's a different sense of urgency come tournament time. And I do think there are different. You come in with different expectations, and our team is going down to see if they can't, salvage something of the season. We have been playing better as of late, and they're looking to go down and maybe catch some magic.
Okay, thank you.
Joe, thanks as always for your time today and all season long, and look forward to seeing you in Richmond later this week.
Thanks, everyone.